Moreover, if your brother sins against you, and go and tell him his fault between you. Some of y'all like doing that piece. But some people don't want to do it. They don't like conflict and all that. But you can do it. You have to learn to do it properly. Can we sit down and talk, please? That okay? Can I just buy you lunch, coffee? Can we just talk? Have some small talk first. We're going to talk about how to do this stuff. You know what? I need to talk to you. No, just relax. No, don't do that. Just let it kind of talk about the weather and whatever, you know, and how the kids doing, the friends, and how school and so forth. And then kind of gradually come up to the conversation, maybe half an hour or so later. And then it's easing in there and you talk about it and say, I love you. You know I love you, but can we talk about what happened? Okay. Tell him his fault between you and him alone. Say alone. Don't tell all your friends first. If he hears you, you have gained your brother. Say, gain my brother. Gain my brother. Oh, God. You have gained your brother. God don't call it loss. He call it gain. God. It's a benefit when you gain. So when you go and he receives or she receives, you gain something. Sometimes when we don't understand this, we think we gain by walking away and let it stew and not be good. No, you lost. There's a gain there. Then Peter came to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Up to 7 times. I can see him doing like I'm doing. 7 times? Now, it's powerful because what you have to appreciate this 7 times. As Jewish people taught by the rabbis, the understanding they had was that God only forgave up to maybe 3 to 4 times, based on how he would judge a nation after the 4th generation. And that's based on Amos. It's powerful. He talks about it in his book. And so in Peter, he's saying, I'm going to be generous. Up to 7 times I'll forgive my brother. And Jesus responded to that. Sometimes we have like, you got 1 3 times, and I said, brother, you got off my list. That's not God. See, it may be part of your culture, part of how your family operated. It's not God's way. There's gain for you in somebody's life by restoration. The whole premise of what God did in sending Jesus was the ministry of reconciliation of man back to him. And we not going to act that way? Jesus said unto him, I do not say to you up to 7 times, but up to 70 times 7. Jesus! That's 490 times he offends you and you forgive him. Now I'm thinking how some folks are thinking, maybe some of you are watching online. I'm going to start counting. I'm going to 491, you out of my life, okay? But see, you got to look at it deeper. Can't look at the surface. That's not what Jesus is saying at all. He's saying this. Jesus is saying, stop counting, Peter. Say, stop counting, Peter. Say, stop counting, Peter.
Stop counting, Peter.
Tell somebody next to you, stop counting. That's the point. Why? How can I do that? Humanly possible. You got to be grateful. You got to recognize what God did for you. And then you work with people. You explain to them. You don't want to let them do the same dumb thing all the time or hurt you. Just say, well, hold up. Can we talk about this? Work it out. Love. See, people don't realize sometimes, one time, probably should do it again, I guess. It was doing communion. Finally, I got a little brave, and I said, okay. I got on my knees like this. And I said, if anybody feel like I've offended you, they're in the balcony and all that. I said, come. I'm thinking about maybe 3 or 4 people. I was down here about 20 minutes, y'all. Long line. There were people, you can remember that? Yeah. Were you in line? Were you in line? You were lying too. I didn't know I offended them. I had no idea they were mad at me. What you in line for? But it was such a breakthrough. It was such a breakthrough. Oftentimes, folks want you to just meet them halfway at least and I'll take some ownership of this. I'm sorry you misunderstood me. Even though you're saying the right thing, I'm sorry I had the wrong tone. I'm sorry for hurting your heart. I'm sorry that the relationship not what it used to be. I'm sorry. God. And sometimes when you go through all that, they still don't receive it. That's okay. Love them anyway. Because love never fails. Oh, yeah. Keep loving. Love is a seed. Keep loving people. But to enjoy this abundant life, it requires people in our lives.